How often do you find yourself questioning your worth or doubting your inner strength? This is a question many of us grapple with, perhaps more often than we'd like to admit. We live in a world that frequently measures value in likes, shares, and other superficial markers. It's all too easy to feel that we're falling short, that we're not enough. This feeling of inadequacy, this self-doubt, is a common experience shared by many, if not all, at some point in their lives. But here's the thing. These feelings of inadequacy, this self-doubt, they're not reflections of our true worth. They're distortions, shadows cast by a society that too often overlooks the unique value each of us brings to the table. The truth is, you are not measured by the likes you get, the shares you receive, or the number of followers you acquire. Your worth is inherent. It's intrinsic. It's part of who you are, and it's not tied to anyone else's opinion or validation. This realization, this recognition of our true worth, is a critical first step on the journey to cultivating inner strength. It's about acknowledging that we are enough, just as we are. It's about embracing our flaws, our strengths, our passions, our quirks. It's about understanding that we are complex, multifaceted beings, and that there's beauty in that complexity. Overcoming feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt is not an overnight process. It's a journey. It's a gradual shifting of perspective, a slow but steady dismantling of the harmful narratives we've internalized. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery and self-affirmation. And why is this important? Because when we understand our worth, when we truly embrace it, we unlock a wellspring of inner strength. We become more resilient, more confident, and more capable of facing life's challenges head-on. We step into our power and start living our lives with purpose and authenticity. Today, we navigate the journey to recognizing that you are enough. Consider the words you use when you talk to yourself. Are they uplifting or do they tear you down? Imagine the mind as a fertile garden. Thoughts are seeds we plant. Some seeds grow into beautiful flowers, while others grow into thorny weeds. Now, the language we use in our self-talk, that's the gardener. It decides which seeds to water and which to pull out. Negative self-talk, those are the weeds. It's the voice that whispers, "You're not good enough, you can't do this." It's the voice that feeds on fear and doubt, undermining our self-worth and inner strength. Like a weed, it chokes out the beautiful flowers of self-belief and self-confidence. But let's not forget, weeds are not the only things growing in our garden. There's another kind of seed, the seeds of positive self-talk. These are the voices that affirm, you are capable, you are worthy. Positive self-talk is more than just repeating feel-good phrases. It's about acknowledging our strengths and our worth. It's about challenging the negative beliefs we hold about ourselves and replacing them with empowering truths. It's about watering the right seeds in our garden. For instance, instead of telling yourself, "I always mess up," why not say, "I learn from my mistakes"? Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," why not affirm, "I have the ability to handle whatever comes my way"? You see, the words we tell ourselves shape our reality. They impact how we view ourselves and how we interact with the world around us. They influence our self-worth and our inner strength. Positive self-talk is not about ignoring reality or denying the existence of problems. Rather, it's about choosing to focus on our potential, our capabilities, and our worth. It's about choosing to water the flowers, not the weeds. Remember, the dialogue you have with yourself is the most important conversation you're ever going to have. It's the conversation that shapes your self-worth, your confidence, your resilience. The words you use with yourself matter. They shape your perception of self-worth. So, be kind to yourself. Speak words that uplift, inspire, and empower. After all, you are the gardener of your mind. In ancient times, a humble water-bearer had 2 large pots, one of which was cracked. Each day, he would hang the pots at the ends of a pole which he carried across his neck and walk from the stream to his master's house. The cracked pot, as you can imagine, felt deeply inadequate. It was ashamed of its flaw, its imperfection, its inability to do what it was made for, to carry water. Every day, as the water-bearer walked the path between the stream and the house, the pot would lose half of its water through the crack. It saw its companion, the perfect pot, fulfilling its purpose without a hitch, and felt despair creeping in. One day, it finally confessed to the water-bearer, "I am ashamed of myself because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your master's house." The water-bearer, a man of wisdom and kindness, replied, "Did you notice that there are flowers on your side of the path but not on the other pot's side? I have always known about your flaw and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back from the stream, you water them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have this beauty to grace his house." The broken pot was stunned. It had been so focused on its flaw that it failed to see the beauty it brought into the world. It realized that it was not its perfection, but its imperfection, its unique crack that brought value to the water-bearer's task. Each of us, like the cracked pot, has unique value. Remember, you are enough. Now that we understand the importance of self-worth, how do we cultivate it? Imagine a garden, a place where various flowers and plants grow. Each plant is unique, just like us, with its own set of needs and characteristics. The soil that nurtures the plants is self-worth, and it is our responsibility to nourish and enrich it. Let's delve into the framework of self-worth. The first element is self-acceptance. This means acknowledging and embracing all aspects of ourselves, the strengths and the weaknesses, the achievements and the failures. It's about understanding that we are a work in progress, constantly evolving and improving. When we accept ourselves as we are, we create a foundation of self-worth that is unshakable, as it is not dependent on external validation or approval. Next, we have self-love, which is a natural progression from self-acceptance. It's about appreciating ourselves, treating ourselves with kindness and respect, and prioritizing our needs and well-being. When we love ourselves, we are saying that we are valuable and worthy of happiness and success. It's like watering the plants in our garden, ensuring they grow and thrive. Lastly, positive affirmations play a crucial role. These are positive statements that we repeat to ourselves to reinforce our self-worth and counteract any negative self-talk. They are like the sunlight that helps the plants in our garden to photosynthesize and flourish. Examples of positive affirmations could be "I am enough," "I am deserving of love and respect," or "I am capable and resilient." Over time, these affirmations can significantly boost our self-esteem and self-confidence. Remember, self-worth is not about being perfect or meeting certain standards. It's about recognizing our innate value as unique individuals, irrespective of our flaws and mistakes. It's about believing in our potential and our ability to grow and evolve. It's about understanding that we are enough, just as we are. Building self-worth is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process of self-discovery, self-improvement, and self-love. It's about nurturing the garden of our self-worth, ensuring it remains fertile and vibrant, no matter the weather or the season. Scene script. Inner strength is not about physical power, but mental and emotional resilience. Let's delve into the concept of inner strength. It's a kind of resilience, a tenacity that comes from deep within. It's not about how many pounds you can lift or how many miles you can run. Rather, it's about how you can stand up after life knocks you down. It's about how you can weather the storms of life and still keep your spirit intact. Now, where does inner strength come from? It's nurtured by self-worth. When you value yourself, when you truly understand your inherent worth, you cultivate a deep well of strength within you. You learn to rely on yourself, to trust your instincts, and to believe in your capabilities, even when the world around you may be doubting. So, how do we unleash this inner strength? It starts by acknowledging your self-worth. It's about embracing all aspects of who you are, the good and the not so good, and understanding that you are enough just as you are. It's about standing in your truth and not allowing anyone to diminish your worth. Secondly, it's about taking care of yourself. When you value yourself, you learn to prioritize self-care. You understand that your mental, emotional, and physical well-being are important, and you take steps to ensure they are nurtured and protected. Thirdly, it's about resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's easy to feel defeated when things don't go our way. But inner strength is about bouncing back, about picking up the pieces and moving forward, no matter how difficult it may seem. It's about learning from our mistakes and failures and using them as stepping stones to success. And finally, it's about believing in yourself. Inner strength comes from a place of self-belief, of knowing that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. Remember, your inner strength is your superpower. It's always there, waiting to be unleashed. And when you tap into it, there's nothing you can't achieve. Your inner strength is your superpower. Scene script. Knowing is half the battle. Now, how do you apply what you've learned? As we navigate this journey of embracing our worth, the first step is to recognize our inherent value. We are not defined by our achievements, possessions, or the opinions of others. Our worth is intrinsic, and it's high time we start acknowledging it. Now let's talk about some practical steps to cultivate this mindset. First up, positive affirmations. These are powerful tools that can reshape our subconscious thoughts and beliefs. Start every day by stating out loud something positive about yourself. It could be as simple as, "I am capable," or as profound as, "I am enough just as I am." The key is consistency. Make it a daily habit. Next, self-care should never be underestimated. This isn't just about pampering yourself, though that can be a part of it. It's about taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient rest, and meaningful social interactions all contribute to a healthy sense of self-worth. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Your well-being matters. Lastly, mindfulness. This is the practice of staying present and fully engaged with whatever we're doing at the moment, free from judgment or distraction. Being mindful allows us to disconnect from our worries and anxieties, and instead, focus on the here and now. It helps us to accept ourselves as we are, without the need for validation or approval. These steps might seem simple, but their impact is profound. They can help us shift our perspective, from seeing ourselves through a lens of criticism and doubt, to viewing ourselves with compassion and acceptance. And remember, progress is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent efforts every day. So let's take these steps together and start building a more positive, empowering narrative about who we are. It won't always be easy, but I assure you it'll be worth it. Because at the end of the day, you're not just building your self-worth and inner strength. You're shaping the story of your life. Start today. You are worth the effort. In this journey of self-discovery and growth, remember it's a journey, not a race. We started this conversation by delving into the question of self-worth. We explored the idea that your value is intrinsic, not dependent on external factors. You are not your achievements, your failures, or the opinions of others. You are a unique individual with inherent worth. Then, we ventured into the power of self-talk. We discovered that the way we communicate with ourselves shapes our perception of our worth. Positive self-talk fosters a healthy self-image, while negative self-talk can undermine our self-esteem. We also journeyed through the story of the broken pot, a tale that taught us to embrace our flaws as part of our unique beauty. Like the pot, we are not less valuable because of our imperfections. On the contrary, they contribute to our individuality and make us who we are. We then constructed a framework of self-worth, emphasizing that it's built on self-acceptance, self-love, and self-respect. Cultivating these elements is the key to establishing a strong sense of self-worth. We also discussed how to unleash our inner strength. We learned that our power lies within us, and it's up to us to tap into it. By acknowledging our strengths and working on our weaknesses, we can harness this inner strength to overcome challenges and achieve our goals. Finally, we laid out some practical steps forward. We spoke about the importance of setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and pursuing personal growth. By taking these steps, we can reinforce our sense of self-worth and cultivate our inner strength. As we wrap up this conversation, remember that the process of embracing your true worth and cultivating inner strength is ongoing. It requires patience, effort, and self-compassion. But the journey is worthwhile. Because as you begin to see yourself for who you truly are, you'll find that you are more than enough. You are exceptional. You are enough. Embrace your worth, cultivate your inner strength, and see how your world changes.